Welcome. Let's start with our legs apart for our warm-up. Bring the hands up tall and stretch towards the ceiling. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale. Maybe nod your head a little. And let's lean that Eiffel Tower looking pose to one side, looking up. Feeling the stretch under the arm. Waving back to the other side. Inhale. Big exhale. Now let's turn the toes out slightly. We're going to have our hands sweep up with an inhale and come through third eye all the way down to Vinyasa. We'll call these a Shiva. Inhale up. Exhale down. Warming up. Go your own speed. Repeat. Three more. 2. Last one. Let's hold that Malasana on the way down. If you find this is hard on your knees, lift your fanny. Otherwise, bring your hands to heart center, wherever you are. Just feel the opening through the pelvis. Hip connectors. Keep the breathing going. Let's shift those toes facing forward and pick up the fanny so that you're from the side, you look parallel to the floor. Reach from the shoulders. Still opening with the inner thighs. Keep breathing. Okay, hands to the floor. Let's bring the knees down. And coming straight up over the knees. Dome the hand to one side. Kick the foot toe up there. Stack the hip over the knee. And reach. Coming into a gate. Turning the sternum up. A couple of deep breaths here, pulling the navel towards the spine. One more. Swinging down slowly. Coming to a child pose. Reach forward, dome the hands. Couple of breaths here. Bowing the head. Allowing the sacrum to open, the tailbone to relax, maybe shifting a little. And coming back. Let's come to the other side. Toe pointing towards the ceiling and foot following the mat. Turning the sternum up into gate. Maybe turning the head a bit. Keep following through with that ujjayi breathing. In through the nose. Filling up the lungs. Sliding out through the throat. Coming out slowly back to that child pose with the domed hands. Splay the fingers, maybe rocking side to side a bit. Our final part of our warm-up. Come on over to all fours. Bring the wrists right under the shoulders, knees under hips. And with a big inhale, come to cat. Slow exhale, cow. Curl that tailbone up. Couple more. Last one. All right, let's start our first of two sun salutes. Coming up to the top of the mat. Toes together, heels slightly parted. Hands sweeping up to mountain. Inhale, and a float through center down to the floor, forward fold. It's okay to have slightly soft knees here if you like. Reaching to the floor. Swaying a little bit. Keep that breath rolling. Inhale, half lift. Maybe turning the head. Let's bring the thighs down to the floor, pushing with the fingertips, step back with one leg. And we'll come through that vinyasa, the three poses. Chaturanga, through their cobra or up dog. Over the toes, into a down dog. Pushing with the fingertips, pulling the navel towards the spine. Deep breathing. Three-legged dog, just an extension back, close hip. Holding either here or shifting the weight out over the wrist, pushing with the fingertips, your call. This engages the pecs. Stepping through to runner start. Getting those feet nice and level, getting the hips level, making sure the hip flexor back here is opening up. Swing the hands forward and then raise up. Crescent pose. Bringing your hands to heart center. And coming forward. Let's hook that elbow and twist. Bringing the heart around to the thumbs, looking up over the elbow. Feeling the opening in the hip. Pushing back with a strong leg. Okay, let's drop the opposite hand to the floor and reach for the sky. Feeling that hip opening here. Okay, melting the knee to the floor, turning the toe out, coming up slowly into a twisted lunge. Get your shoulders back over the hips. Keep trying to open. And collapsing the hands to the front foot, tuck the rear toe, and let's swing back into a pyramid pose. That might be a little much. You can raise up if needed, or drop down towards the ankle if you have a little more stretch there. Breathing. Lengthening. One more big breath in and blow it out. Let's step together. Melting up slowly this time. Back to mountain. And dropping to third eye. Great. In between these salutes, let's just roll the shoulders a little bit. Sway the hips a little. Okay, let's go to the other leg. Hands coming up, mountain. Melt to the floor, down center. Forward fold. Hold here and let's breathe. One more. Inhale, half lift. Bringing the vibes down to the floor. Step back with the other leg this time. Top of the push-up, chaturanga down. You can drop the knees if you like. Sweeping through to either cobra or up dog. Over the toes, into down dog. Pushing with the fingertips, rotating the elbows together. Extend back with the other leg this time. Shifting if you like. Push with the fingertips. Stepping through. Let's find that runner start. Don't line your feet up like you're standing on a balance beam. You want them a little apart for good grounding. Once you feel nice and sturdy there, let's lift to crescent. You may be really flexy through your upper spine and be able to really make that crescent moon pose. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Pulling navel to spine. Opposite elbow to knee. And bring the chest around, looking up over the elbow. Holding here and letting that hip opener settle in. Getting a bit of a groin stretch here by lowering the hips. Let's place that hand next to the foot and reach. Bringing the knee towards the floor, dropping the toe, raising the torso into that twist like we had before. Bringing the shoulders back. Feel the opening in the groin. Okay, coming to the front foot, tucking the rear toe. You might want to shorten your stance or lengthen. Coming into that pyramid, wherever you hold your hands, might be up here on the quad, that's okay. Or lengthening down the shin. Let the shoulders go, let loose. Stretching that hamstring, maybe turning the head. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, exhale, stretching. Last one, inhale. Make your lungs expand. Stepping together. Floating out to mountain. And coming to heart center. Okay, just to loosen those shoulders, Let's bring those hands back like you're swimming, but I want you to pull through midline so the hand comes back behind your head. Backstroke. Just a little looser between. Reverse it. Come on forward and swim. It's okay to lean forward. Really stretch through the scapulas, those chicken bones. Swim. Great. Let's step to the other end of your mat. 2 sun salutes. This time let's start with our feet wider. And hands coming up. Mountain. Hands floating down to the floor, coming to the side. Forward fold. Picking up those toes and placing the palms. Letting the shoulders open, the scapulas fall, shoulders fall. Let's move the toes a little so that you're massaging right at the wrist. It's okay to have soft knees here. If your hamstrings are particularly tight, you're not going to be able to come all the way back there, and that's fine. That's a correct position. Breathing deep. Okay, releasing the palms, shifting the weight back, tucking the tailbone down, and lifting chair pose. Reach. Lengthen with the fingertips. Okay, bring the hands to heart center. Tuck that elbow, just like we did in the twist. Try not to let your knees shift. Let's keep them straight on. Bring the heart around. Now, we're going to load that front foot where the twist is going on. And you might want to step back in little increments. It's up to you, or a big step back all at once. Depends on your balance. Back in that twist pose. Let's take the hand to the floor like before, but this time, step the foot back into a side plank. If this is a bit much for your knee, or for your wrist, your wrist, drop the knee. Couple of turns of the hand, down and around, just warming that shoulder. Good job, bringing the hands through. Let's tuck the knees to the floor. Child pose. Tucking the toes down, dog. Wagging the tail. Let's walk the feet up to hands. Hands sweeping up for, again, that wide stance. Hands sweeping up. And heart center. Walk to the other end of your mat. Let's do the other side. Feet wide. Hands sweeping up. And hands floating down to the side. Forward fold. Coming into that gorilla again. Let's take a couple of ujjayi breaths here. Torso falling. Maybe pushing the knees a little straighter this time. And blow it out. Make those ribs splay open. Pull back to spine with the exhale. Last one. Release the hands, roll the weight back into the heels, and lift to chair. Sit down. Maybe sway with the music a little. Reaching, lengthening the tailbone towards the floor. Heart center. Tuck that elbow. Twist. Let's keep the knees in line. Looking up the elbow. Loading that front foot. Shift the weight over. You can take the baby steps or just kick back. Twisting. Lining up that opposing hand, taking a step to the side, side plank or the knee drop to gate. Sweep the hand down and up. Four, bring the hand through. Dropping the knees, child pose. You may like your knees a little wider. You can do that if you like. Tucking toes down, dog. Walking the feet up to hands to complete. All the way to the top, wide legs. Sweeping the hands up. Coming to heart center. And let's try that backstroke again. Reaching back, reaching back. And swimming forward. Okay, let's do a balance. Once you find a drishti, a spot to stare at in front of you on the floor, about 10 feet in front of you, maybe up just a little if you find something else to look at. Just focus on that. That will help you stay grounded. Ground your left foot into the floor by splaying the toes. Turn the right knee out and hands come to heart center. Hands coming all the way tall tree. Squeeze in with the elbows, maybe pull them back behind the temples. Letter V. Let's bring the hips out to the side and hold an enormous beach ball, sweeping it out over the knee. Coming back center, looking at that drishti, staying solid. Cactus, the fingers drop the elbows and lift the knee. Don't forget to keep the breath rolling. Turn the knee towards me. Reach to the sky. Coming into star. Shine for me. Reach. Finally, bringing this foot into the lap. Up high, flexing the foot to protect the knee. Heart center. Sinking down. And coming out slowly. Swaying the hips. Relaxing the neck. Let's ground down. We'll do the other side. Don't want to be lopsided. With the right foot. Root down. Picking up your left and pressing into the thigh or the calf. Just stay away from the knee. Hands heart center. Hands coming up tall tree. Breathing. Letter V. Grab that enormous beach ball, throw the hip out to the side and slowly tilt over the knee. Breathe. Correction there. Coming back to center. Cactus. Lift that knee. Flex the foot. Pick it up. Turning the knee, reaching towards the sky, raising the ankle, using your abs to lift. Star, shining. Let's bring that knee on top, or ankle on top of knee. Hand to heart center. Lowering down. Looking at that drishti for balance. And releasing slowly. Hips side to side. Relaxing shoulders. Maybe tilting the head. Okay, let's work our abs a little bit. Come down to all fours. Okay, I want you to take your feet and place them on the ground. We're going to pull up and hover. Tighten and pull your belly button to your spine. Breathe through. Working the core, working the shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders, but breathing. Releasing the knees to the floor, taking a child pose. Okay, coming forward for more abs. Let's interlace the fingers and make a little teepee with the arms. Come on back. And we're going to do the hover again. This time just tapping the knees and picking them up. Go your own speed. Four more. 3, 2, and come on down. Quads to the floor. Come to a Sphinx pose. Relax your lower back. Rock a little. Let's bring the forehead down and say no. Last one for the abs. Flip over like a pancake and come to your back. Let's interlace the fingers. Place them at the small of your neck. Take the feet halfway up and then drop them again, halfway. From here, you can either bicycle leading with the shoulder or go out and in, out and in. This is working. I feel it in my abs. One more. Last one. Get long, stretch, open the abdomen. Maybe roll over your glutes side to side. Okay, coming over, we're going to do a hip opener. Coming into a pigeon. If you have extremely tight hips and you're at home like I am, you can grab a pillow and put it under your hips. But we're going to come to kind of a lazy down dog. Bring the outside foot forward and flex it. Start up high, and slowly as your hip connectors and glutes let you, let the hip come towards the floor. Coming slowly into that pigeon. Maybe levering forward a little, or bringing the elbows down. We're going for a 7 out of 10. 10 would be the hardest stretch you could possibly do. is mild discomfort, but doesn't cause bad thoughts in your head. Leaning the hands forward further if you'd like. We're just going to hang out here for a bit. Splay the ribs open and fill the lungs. Raising up slowly. Bending the knee, raising. Let's come to cat-cow for a moment. Complete 3 or 4 of these. And we'll switch to the other side. Lazy down dog. Let's bring the other leg forward, this time flexing the foot, lowering down, starting up high and easing into this. Probably have one side that's tighter than the other. Lever forward just a little bit, let the hips drop, relax. If it's a little much, back off. And just like before, we're going to hang out for a bit. So find kind of a place where you're still working, but you can relax your mind. Bit of a technical glitch there. Breathing. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders. Raising up slightly. Coming out very slowly. Maybe leaning into the hip or lifting up. Bring the knees back. Shift the hips a little bit. Let's cat-cow again. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Okay, coming up slowly. Let's come to our last sun salute. This time we're going to start at the rear of the mat, facing the mat. Hands coming up. Coming down center, touching the floor. Maybe nodding the head great big, yes. Climbing those hands up. Down dog. Taking the feet wide. We're going to reach to that opposite ankle and let the spine kind of shift as it likes to. Push down with the fingertips. Take some of the weight out of the wrist. You don't have to invert your head. You can look at the floor. Okay, bringing the hand back. Stepping through. Coming center first, stepping through. Coming up to crescent. Opening to warrior two. And we're going to do a few floats. Side angle to reverse angle. Let's do a breath for each side. Side angle, inhale. Reverse exhale. Side angle, inhale. Exhale. Fourth one, let's do it again. Exhale. Let's bring that same hand to the top. Stack your elbows, intertwine the hands, and we have an eagle. Drop that eagle to the inside of the knee. Hip opener. So you can get your elbows down. Load that foot, lift the eagle. Lift higher. Looking up. Cat those shoulders back. Let's open those scapulas up. Release the hands, take them to the floor, step back, down dog. Walking back. Sweeping up to mountain. Heart center. Maybe shake the shoulders, turn the head a little. Let's go for round two. All that mat in front of you, hands sweeping up. Hands down. Holding forward fold. Walk the hands to a down dog. Push with the fingertips, don't take it all in the wrists. Walk the feet out to the side of the mat and reach for that opposite ankle. Remember, you don't have to invert the head. Try to keep the hips straight here. The twist is in the upper body. Coming back. Let's bring the feet back to center. And swing through to crescent. Hands coming up. Turning to warrior two. Maybe bringing a little more bend to that front knee. Let's do our sweeps. Side angle. Reverse. Side angle. Reverse. Keeping that knee right where it is. Side angle. Here's three. Reverse. Last one, side angle. Reverse. Now, bringing that same elbow and placing it on the top, stacking the elbows and intertwining hands. Drop to the inside of the ankle. Bring those elbows down, opening the hip. Continue with the Ujjayi breathing. Load that front heel, lift, lift, lift. Back to straight and then even higher. Unwinding the hands, bring the hands down. Step back, down dog. Pushing with the fingertips. See a big saying no to our ankles. And walking the hands back to that forward fold, sliding up to mountain and to heart center. Okay. Let's finish up by doing some supine stretching on the floor. But first we'll start on our fannies. I want you to bring your feet forward, toes turned up, then just wider than hips. Okay, shifting forward, let's pull the forehead towards the far wall. Okay, slide the hands up the outside of legs wherever it feels comfortable. Keep leaning with the forehead straight back, levering down into the floor. You might want to grab your insteps or the sides of feet. Keep leaning. See if you can come closer to the floor. Straight back. Okay, now round the shoulders, bow the head, and breathe. Lifting just slightly, take the opposite hand and try to reach past the foot. You're going to feel a big opening under this scapula over here. Maybe a stretch through the underarm, stretching that lymph node. And let's just say yes with the head. Coming back up. Stay low. Let's switch sides. Reaching past. Slight twist into that quad. Keep reaching. Bow the head. Keep the hips straight. Feel the stretch under the arm. The scapula is opening here. Say yes again. Keep the breath rolling. Coming out towards center, rolling up just like you would at the end of a sun salute. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Okay, let's bring the legs in and cross them. We're going to stretch the neck. Take the hands behind your fanny, reach back as far as you can until it's just fingertips. Bow the head to one knee. Just use gravity. You should feel kind of a dropping in this opposing shoulder over here. Say small nose. Now just a bit of a yes. Now go anywhere you want with it. Coming back to center, let's just tick-tock the head, ear toward shoulder, slowly resetting the neck. Okay, bowing the head to the other knee. Small nose. A bit of a yes. Go where you like. Coming back to center. Placing the hands right below the knee on the shins. Let's contract back and sweep forward. Push back with the scapula, sweep forward. One more. Okay, here's those supines we were talking about. Go ahead and lay down. Bring the knees to the chest and just rock. Holding below the knees on the shins. Anytime you're on the floor, lift your chin slightly so that you maintain that nice curve in the neck. Bringing the arms out to a letter T, relaxing the shoulders back. Let's bring both knees to one side, slowly rolling over onto that quad. letting the ankles drop. You might hear some adjustment in your spine, that's fine. This shoulder in the rear is going to want to pull off. We're going to relax it back. You might even feel a little opening through the bicep and into the pectoral muscle there in the rear shoulder. If you'd like, you can go for a toe hold. Now, take the chin around to the rear. Let's do 3 big ujjais here. And I'm coming out slowly. Let's match up your ankles. Use your abs to come back to center, grabbing below the knees. Let's rock again. Really contract. Let's make a smaller part of your back touch the floor. Lift the hips, lift the shoulders. Roll. Relax back. Let's do the other side. Letter T. Knees fall away. Take your time. Quad on the floor relaxes, ankles begin to fall. This may be plenty right here. You can just hold that, trying to keep the shoulder down. Or you can extend and hold that toe if you like. Bringing the chin around to the rear. Still breathing deep. You feel an opening right here, across the pectoral through the bicep. All those connectors. Okay, matching the feet. Coming straight up. Let's drop the knees a little and come down right over where the tailbone is. Swing those feet side to side, rocking over the tailbone, breathing deep. It's time for Shavasana. First, let's do a quick happy baby. I like to grab my insteps. You can also grab outside the foot or do a toe hold. Okay. Holding. Rocking, letting the knees drop. Relaxing the shoulders back. You see that? They were pretty tensed up. Relax them back. Chin is slightly lifted. Rocking. Okay, it is time for Shavasana. Let's take those feet down below. With your ankles, find the sides of your mat. Drop the toes open. Relax the pelvis. Open the hands out to the side, palms up. Maybe inch your shoulders back. Move your jaw a little. Let's close our eyes. Release the glutes. Soften your breathing. Becomes more shallow as you relax. Remember to let go across the forehead, under the eyes, at the jaw. Let the teeth part, tongue relaxes. Recognize any thoughts you have and let them go. You can come back to them later. Take a quick scan of your entire body. Find anything that might still feel contracted or tight. And I want you to concentrate on that area while you breathe. Telling that muscle to release. It might even be a thought pattern you've been having, or something you can't let go of. It doesn't have to be muscles. Just concentrate on it and see if you can get it to release. Okay. Bring some intention back to your breathing. Let's point the toes directly below the hips. Reach up over the head like you just got out of bed. Stretching across the abdomen. And now drawing the knees towards center and coming towards your screen into a fetal position, relaxing your shoulders. A couple of breaths here. And finally pushing to a seated position, cross leg. You can also come to a lotus position with the feet folded if you prefer that. Sitting up tall in the sits bones. Maybe a little rock side to side. Thank you for joining me. Let's finish by sweeping our hands up with an enormous inhale. Reaching. Bring thumbs to third eye, elbows in. Exhale. One more inhale. Slide the thumbs with the exhale down to heart center. And we say namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning.